And we are back as we get ready for our co-main event of the evening. Alice Yauger taking on Beckie Ruth. This one is going to be big, so let's throw it to the cage to Tony Biondo to get it all started.
Please welcome to the cage, Alice Yauger.
It is time for that co-main event as Alice Yauger makes her way to the cage. This one is for our Shamrock FC 125-pound women's division title and a shot at Bellator. First off, we have Alice Yauger, who comes to us all the way from Texas Fighting Systems, where she trains full-time. She is a former boxer who has made her MMA world going now, stringing together 2 wins, including 1 KO from a big hard hook. Look for Alice to try to dictate the pace, and get this, she wants to trade strikes with Beckie Ruth.
I can't wait to see it, Jeremy. 2 strikers is what I love to see. I am so glad the Shamrock FC put this fight on with 2 excellent strikers going to go out in the cage and bang it out, see who comes out with the victory.
Definitely. Now, I talked to Alice Yauger a bit before this fight. She also has a bit of a ground game, so she's ready to take it anywhere.
Please welcome to the cage, Rebecca Ruth.
And there she is, crowd favorite Beckie Ruth. Beckie Ruth has been on a tear lately in the Shamrock FC women's 125-pound division. Coming off back-to-back wins, Beckie looks to put a stamp on her time with Shamrock as she fights for the title and that long-term contract with Bellator. She will be fighting along, where if she wins that contract with Bellator, she will be going with her teammate Justin Lawrence. As we go to our tail of the tape, Alice Yauger, 36 years old, 5'4", 124.8 pounds out of Burleson, Texas. Beckie Ruth, 36 years old, 5'5", 124.5 pounds, fighting out of Pacific, Missouri. This one is for the books. This is for a Bellator contract.
I couldn't be any happier about this matchup. This is definitely, in my opinion, going to end up the fight of the night.
Yeah, Beckie Ruth is definitely going to look to establish her jab, keep the distance, and control where this fight goes. She wants to cut the angles, land the big shots, and make it all happen.
All right, fight fans, here we go. 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts in the Shamrock Fighting Championship Women's Division. It's brought to you by Page Law and by Metrogistics. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This young lady comes to us by way of Burlington, Texas. She represents the Texas Fighting Syndicate. She stands 5'4" and weighing officially at 125 pounds. Please give a warm St. Louis welcome for Alice Yauger. And now, fight fans, introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This young lady comes to us by way of Pacific, Missouri. She represents 21st Century Mixed Martial Arts. She has a professional mixed martial arts record of 4 victories, only 1 defeat. She stands 5'5" and weighing officially at 124.5 pounds. Introducing Rebecca Ruth. A referee for this contest is Mark Wassum.
Mark Wassum is the 3rd man in the cage for this fight. This one is big. There is our 125-pound title on the line, along with that long-term Bellator contract.
I'm going to go out on a limb, Jeremy, and think these ladies are going to start throwing leather immediately.
Very interesting stance from Beckie. Alice Yauger also with some interesting head movement.
Beckie likes to use a lot of front kicks and land into a right hand.
Yauger's looking to establish that jab early, coming around with a big right hook.
Both girls throwing big hands, big right hand from Beckie Ruth. Into a clinch. Beckie Ruth, I think, needs to get a little space here and start throwing those hands again.
Yeah, she'll definitely want to try to push off away from the cage, land a shot as she leaves. Lots of pressure by Beckie Ruth. Alice Yauger working that underhook, lands a big knee.
Very nice knees in the
Another
body
big
out of
knee.
Yauger.
Already a small cut under the left eye of Alice Yauger as Beckie Ruth comes in with a big high side kick. Boom!
Boom!
Big
Left
left
hook from Beckie Ruth. Beckie Ruth is landing big lefts and rights on Yauger.
As you said, they are definitely throwing hands.
Every punch from these two ladies is with horrible intentions. They are throwing as hard as they can every punch.
Beckie Ruth again with that side kick coming into a front kick. She's definitely working to keep Alice Yauger out of the center of the cage and keeping her back against the walls.
Beckie's doing a good job of controlling the center of the cage, keeping Yauger at her distance where she wants her. Yauger with some big punches back at Beckie Ruth. Yauger with a tie plum. Beckie Ruth does a good job of closing the distance so she can't use that tie plum to land knees.
St. Louis, make some noise for the ladies.
Beckie Ruth keeping the pressure against the fence, but Yauger landing some big shots of her own.
Huge punches from Beckie Ruth. I think one of those right hands might have hurt Yauger a bit.
Halfway through round two, Alice Yauger shoots. Beckie Ruth being able to stuff the takedown and going into side control.
That kind of looked like a desperation shot to me, Jeremy. Beckie Ruth does an excellent job of sprawling, stuffing that takedown, ending up in top position. She needs to throw some big elbows and punches. She's looking to take Yauger's back now. She's gonna get a hook in. She's standing straight up. She's gonna get both her hooks in, but she does very nicely. Looking to sink in that rear naked choke, Beckie Ruth is. Yauger doing a good job of controlling the punches.
Yauger turns into her, lands up in half guard.
Yauger trains in Texas at Team Takedown, a very, very good gym.
Yeah.
With Johnny Hendricks, who is one of the top guys in the UFC.
Yeah, I talked to Alice Yauger a little bit before the fight. She actually said she also trains a lot of judo jiu-jitsu for situations just like this.
Very nice job though of Beckie Ruth putting the feet on the hips and pushing Yauger off. Big punches landing from Beckie Ruth as Yauger's on the cage.
Yauger is definitely getting the worst end of these exchanges.
But Yauger is throwing back just as hard as she is receiving.
Definitely Alice Yauger's face is showing some of those big shots.
Beckie Ruth is landing the straight left almost at will, and they are powerful, powerful straight lefts.
Oh, big spinning back kick.
I believe that landed with just the toes, so it wasn't as powerful as if it would have landed with the heel. But very nice technique out of Yauger. These girls are standing right in front of us, both throwing huge haymakers.
Yauger working for an underhook here to try to turn Beckie Ruth into the cage.
About 30 seconds left in the round, Jeremy, and it's been a frantic pace the entire first round.
Big knee from Alice Yauger. Beckie Ruth again lets him fly. She has rocked Alice Yauger with those as we have 10 seconds left in round one.
Both ladies are marked up in the face from eating huge punches. And Beckie Ruth, at the very end of the round, kind of pulled what would have been a huge uppercut that would have landed.
Nice round of action by both fighters. I definitely give this one to Beckie Ruth for cage control and striking ability.
For sure, Beckie Ruth definitely won the round, but it was still a very close, competitive round. Well fought from both fighters.
As we go to our instant replay, we're looking at the spinning head kick. Yeah, it looks like it just caught the toes to the temple. Followed up by a big left hook, though.
And a very nice setup by Yauger. She went for the lead inside leg kick, missed it, and turned right into a spinning hook kick. Beautiful technique from Yauger.
As we get ready for round two started, remember always follow us on Twitter at Shamrock_FC.
if I'm in Beckie Ruth's corner, Jeremy, I want her to actually shorten up that right hand a little bit. She is just missing a little bit long with a few of these right hands on the inside. Nice outside leg kick from Yauger.
Again, very unorthodox technique from Alice Yauger, but it seems to be working.
Absolutely, it takes a little while to figure out those unorthodox techniques.
More big shots by Beckie Ruth as now she is stalking down
Big
Alice
right
Yauger.
hand. Beckie Ruth needs to keep her distance right here, Jeremy. As she has Yauger on the cage, she's been getting a little too close and jamming her own punches. She needs to keep distance and land those big, hard strikes.
Again, big front kick from Beckie Ruth with yet again that spinning hook kick.
Beckie
from
Ruth
Alice
saw
Yauger.
that one coming. Fooled her once, not gonna fool her twice with that. I'd like to see Beckie keep her distance, start popping that jab, setting up the right hand with the jab.
Beckie is beginning to fight with her mouth open just a little bit here, though.
Both ladies gotta be a little winded.
They
This has been a frantic pace for this fight.
Yeah, they are fighting just as hard here in round 2 as they did in round 1. Good left hook there from Alice Yauger.
Beckie Ruth doing a good job of keeping her right hand high. She knows Yauger has a very good left hook. Nice body
shot to the body.
Very nice body shot from Beckie Ruth.
Oh, spinning back fist.
Beautiful spinning back fist. I'd like to see Beckie Ruth throw that right hand to the body, come upstairs with a left hook afterwards.
Every punch from Beckie Ruth is trying to finish this fight.
Beckie Ruth doing a good job keeping her distance. Yauger with a very nice takedown. She went right under the big punches of Beckie Ruth to score a beautiful takedown. Beckie Ruth looking for a triangle. She's got to get that right leg out. Yauger can use this to pass. She can pass to her right over that leg of Beckie Ruth, unless Beckie Ruth gets the other leg out. Now Beckie Ruth is going to look for the triangle.
She is definitely trying to work that triangle.
Good job of pressuring by Yauger and looking for the pass now. She's going to get a pass to side control here.
Yeah, at this point, Alice Yauger almost needs to start raining down some elbows in that position.
Yauger's going to want to get an underhook with it, make sure she keeps that underhook with her left arm. Yauger actually steps back into half guard. But she's going to want to posture up and throw some big punches here, take advantage of this position. Plenty of time left in the round, Jeremy, for Yauger to work from here.
Beckie Ruth doing a good job, though, of controlling Alice Yauger's hands to not take too much damage.
Yeah, Beckie Ruth hasn't really taken any damage from this position. It looks like Beckie Ruth is now working to get up. She's got a guillotine position, but she's not going to finish it from here unless she gets guard. She muscles a sweep, though. Very good work by Beckie Ruth, muscling that sweep over.
Ends up in side control, possibly looking for a head and arm choke here. Begins, then drops that and goes to the elbow.
I think she's going to want to get on her left hip and start raining down some big right elbows.
1 minute remaining here in round 2.
This huge crowd here is trying to pump up Beckie Ruth. They're cheering for her. They want her to land some big elbows and finish this fight.
Alice Yauger being able to make it to half guard here. She needs to do something with that position, though. She is in a bad spot.
Well, again, Alice Yauger is really minimizing the damage, too. Beckie's not throwing a whole lot of big strikes here. Beckie looking to pass to mount.
And step over
side
for that.
control, looking for the arm triangle here. She's in the arm triangle position. She's going to flatten her hips down and really put that pressure on the arm triangle.
Can Alice Yauger survive for the next 20 seconds?
Beckie's not really using her body at the moment. Now she's trying to flatten out the hips a little bit. It's going to be really hard to finish this with just her arms.
Yauger is doing a great job defending as we are 10 seconds down left in this fight. Nice move by Alice Yauger to get back to full guard.
Very good defense from Yauger.
What a round of mixed martial arts action.
This is why we like the women's division in Shamrock FC. These ladies bring it every time. Fight as hard as anybody. The most entertaining fights we have here at Shamrock FC.
This is definitely, so far, got Fight of the Night written all over it.
100%.
Now, if you were in the corner of Alice Yauger, what are you telling her?
Alice Yauger needs to do something. I believe she's down 2 rounds. I think she needs to get a finish in this fight. Just the stand-up is not working out for her. I think she needs to wait for Beckie Ruth to throw these big punches, shoot underneath, get a takedown, end up on top.
Lots of big action here in the instant replay. Big shots by Beckie Ruth coming in for that uppercut and missing. But again, she controlled that cage action.
Yauger needs to keep her back off the cage. She's not gonna win this fight with her back on the cage.
What a fight as we move into the 3rd round. Here we go. Kevin, very interesting fight to try to score.
Beautiful
Oh, big
side
knockdown
kick.
from Beckie Ruth.
Beautiful side kick, landing huge punches. The toughness of Yauger is amazing to me. She got hit with a huge
Oh, that last shot busted her nose right open.
Is broken and bleeding everywhere. The referee Mark Wasson taking a very close look at Yauger. Beckie Ruth is pouring on the punches. Huge uppercut. And Mark Wasson steps in to stop this fight.
What a fight, Kevin.
Huge punches from Beckie Ruth in that 3rd round. Yauger wasn't very happy, but it was a good stoppage. She was taking big punches.
Yeah, she took a lot of damage in that last final flurry. I definitely believe that that shot popped her nose. Very, very hard shots by Beckie Ruth, but an incredibly game opposing.
Replay. Huge uppercuts, slams, lefts and rights. The toughness of Yauger is amazing.
Just big shot after big shot.
Body, head. Beckie pulling out the full arsenal of punches to finish that fight. Winning the Shamrock 125-pound division title.
What a fight for Beckie Ruth. This definitely sets Beckie Ruth back into the national level of the 125-pound division.
She fulfilled everything the Shamrock FC promoter Jesse Finney was talking about, how incredible that striking is. She is ferocious and tough with excellent striking and huge power in a women's division.
I tell you what, though, I think that was definitely the toughest test that Beckie Ruth has seen so far.
100%. I've seen all of Beckie Ruth's fights. That was by far the toughest opponent. That stand-up battle was awesome and a great test for Beckie Ruth.
What a fight. So let's send it up to Tony Biondo for our results.
Referee Mark Wasson calls a halt to the contest at 33 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO and new Shamrock FC Women's Champion of the World, Rebecca Ruth. St. Louis, how about a round of applause for Alice Yauger of Texas?
Shamrock FC President Jesse Finney putting the belt on Beckie Ruth. What an amazing fight. It will be very interesting to see what Beckie Ruth does in Bellator.
Beckie Ruth won a Bellator contract with the Shamrock FC title. I am so excited for Beckie Ruth, so excited to see her fight in Bellator.
This was an amazing fight, ladies and gentlemen. Becky Ruth taking the win, stepping up her
This
record
right
to
here,
5-1.
Is a 4-fight contract with Bellator, and Becky will be seen on TV sometime this year with Bellator. I can't be proud enough to give this to her. Thank you for everything. You're awesome, and even a better mother.